The Federal Trade Commission has decided that Facebook will pay a $5 billion fine for misusing the data of many of its users. They've also declared that Facebook will now submit itself to regulation over the mishandling of these customers' data. Media are reporting that the settlement includes government restrictions on how Facebook treats user privacy. It is also being reported that the FTC only narrowly approved the fine in a vote that came down along party lines. Now, this fine is for Facebook's violation of the privacy of 87 million users of its service. Now, that data was handed over to Cambridge Analytica, who then turned around and used it for all kinds of reasons, one of those being the 2016 presidential election. And the FTC found that this was a violation of a 2012 FTC decree. Now, basically, app developers, the platform, etc., used all of these people's information without their knowledge after it was already ruled that you had to give explicit consent for them to do so. And yet, these third parties still ended up with people's information. Cambridge Analytica was not the only violation discovered by the FTC. Investigations discovered over 150 data sharing partnerships with third-party corporations that took place without user knowledge. Now, it may seem like an extreme fine for the breach of users' privacy, but it should be noted that this $5 billion fine is only a tenth of Facebook's 2018 revenue and a fraction of its $600 billion valuation. In other words, Zuck's gonna be just fine, even if he does have to pay out $5 billion. I mean, really, think about that. $5 billion is not a serious fine for Facebook. That's the kind of concentration of wealth that it actually has. Now, of course, breaching people's privacy is a very serious thing, if privacy even still existed anymore, between Facebook, social media, Google, the National Security Administration, the CIA, the FBI, the Department of Homeland Security. Come on, let's face it, you don't actually have any privacy anymore anyway. So it's kind of telling that Facebook gets fined, but none of these organizations get fined for doing so. And to mention the violation you suffer if you try to board an airplane. But I mean, what are we really finding out now? Once again, that the free market cannot regulate itself. This has never been the case. The free market cannot regulate itself. That's why regulation exists to begin with. However, if you talk to certain free market fundamentalists, they'll tell you that everything works just fine, and then people will choose not to do so, and then everything will be okay. In other words, in their minds, the violations are okay. There's nothing wrong with them. You can just choose not to. Which is ironic that their defense against abuses is to say that the abuses are fine. That's really, I don't know, is that ironic? I don't think that's the definition of ironic. But I mean, in either case, once again, we find that you cannot trust business with your privacy any more than you could trust the U.S. government. So, once again, Facebook has screwed everybody by doing this, and essentially nothing of any substance will happen to them. Maybe Mark Zuckerberg will, maybe not be able to buy that gold new thing that he really wanted this year for Christmas, or whatever he does with his hundreds of billions of dollars. So, to the Zuck, suck it up. Nobody feels sorry for you.
Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.